Alright, this tutorial is for creating a mini version of Pac-Man. The first thing we want to do is make our stage a little wider, like that, a little taller. Something like that, then let's change the background to black. Alright, first thing we do is start building the background. So let's rename this layer BG. Get your rectangle tool. I'm going to use maroon border and kind of a peach. Yeah, that'll work. So we got a peach fill there. Alright, so I'm going to draw one rectangle like this. Actually, scratch that. Let's bring the stroke up a little bit there, so a little thicker border. There we go. So I'm going to draw one rectangle like that. I'm going to draw another one. It's close to the same width as possible, like this. And get your arrow tool. I want this to be one continuous piece. I don't want this border here. So I'm going to click on that border and hit backspace. And I have one piece like that. Then I'll get my rectangle tool. Let's draw another rectangle about like that. I want to have an equal distance here as you see here. Okay, let's make a new layer called Pacman. We're going to make our actual Pacman here. So get your oval tool. It really doesn't matter what color your border is because we're going to delete it anyways. But get a yellow fill. I'm going to hold shift and draw a circle like this. Okay. And once you have it drawn, go ahead and click on the border and hit backspace to delete it. I don't want any border. Just makes things a lot easier to work with. And since this is going to have a nested animation of Pac-Man's mouth opening and closing, we're going to convert this to a symbol. I'll call Pac-Man. And then double click to go inside of it. Alright. Okay, once we're in here, let's get our oval tool. We're going to make an eyeball, so get a white fill and a black border. If your stroke is kind of high, like mine's like at 7.7, go ahead and bring it down to 1. So it's a very thin border. And I'm going to draw a little eyeball like that. Draw another circle with a black fill like that. Okay. And we could add stuff. We could add a bow. We want to do Mrs. Pac-Man or something like that. But we'll just keep the eyeball there. Okay. I'm going to zoom in for this next part. Okay, get your line tool. I want to create the mouth. I want to start with it closed, but it's not going to be closed all the way. You'll see what I mean right here. Get your line tool, drag from the center. You'll notice if you have this set right, this needs a lock to your border. The way it locks is this little, right here, this little magnet that allows stuff to snap. Okay, so whenever I draw another one like this, it kind of snaps. It jumps to the edge right there. So I want to get something that looks like this. I want a very small distance right here. So using your line tool, draw one on top, one on bottom like that. And what I want to do is I want to delete this little section right here. So once I draw those lines, it breaks the circle into two parts. And I'm going to delete this part, just like that. Okay. All right, we're going to do a nested animation of the mouth opening and closing. We're going to do it frame by frame. So let's go make a keyframe on frame 2. This is how it's going to start. Let's put a keyframe. And I'm going to pull this up like that. I have a little section like that. This left looks like a tooth. I'm going to get my arrow tool and just kind of make a little marquee selection like this. And then just delete that. Then I'll grab the bottom, open it as well. Okay, make one more keyframe here. Open the mouth, whoops. And open the mouth some more. A little problem here. There we go. Open it like that. Delete that little section I don't want. Then I'm going to open this quite a bit, like that. Alright, that's going to be our... Okay, now that you have these 3 frames, we're going to copy and paste those like this. Right click, copy, right click, paste. To get the mouth to close, we gotta reverse these though. Let's highlight those last three, right click, reverse frames. So we go back to our main animation and command return. We've got our nested Pac-Man. Okay, make a new layer called Orange Ghost. Get your pencil, we're going to draw the ghost. I'm going to draw it over here to the side. So I'm going to click right here, click and hold. Okay, so it gets that curve there. Hold Option and click. No, excuse me. I'm going to click my last point that I made, and the rest of this will be straight lines, like this. And I'm just clicking all of these. Then I can get my paint bucket tool, fill it in orange. Like that. Okay, get your oval tool. Oops. And let's draw a couple eyes. And then convert that all to a symbol called Orange Ghost. Now let's make a new layer called Red Ghost. And we're going to make the Red Ghost by going to our library. We're just going to copy this Orange Ghost. So let's right click, duplicate, call it Red Ghost. Then in the library, I'm going to double click the Red Ghost to go into symbol editing for the Red Ghost. Even though we haven't put it in the timeline yet, we can still edit it. So I'm going to click the orange fill right there, go to my properties, change it to red. And go back here, click scene 1 here to go back. And now I've got in my library an orange ghost and a red ghost. And I can drag my red ghost to the stage.